So what I have here today is a battle vest that I created. Most of these bands, are actually pretty much all these bands I've seen in concert, and there might be a few odds and ends stuff. I started this in 2022. I pretty much, was getting into seeing like these smaller bands in the smaller venues, and that's how I kind of built off on these. You can get patches online. eBay is a good site to get like a single patch, like your concerts that you go to. Usually it's like the smaller concert venues that have like a few hundred people, whereas like the ones that have tens of thousands of people probably wouldn't sell them. But I haven't seen any at them. So we're gonna start off with the first patch I got, and this was this Kiss one. I saw them in concert in I think it was 2021, and that was during like I think it was the next year of COVID. Gene Simmons and I believe Paul Stanley were both got COVID, and then the concert got postponed to like late September, and it was really cold that day, and I can remember that because I wore a jacket. I even wore a mask, and I was cold. My hands were really what was the coldest thing. What I regret about that concert is not getting close enough tickets. I ended up just buying the cheap tickets when I saw them. Wish I had gotten closer. They are coming to the Chicago area sometime soon. Actually, it's a couple months away. May consider getting them, but time will tell. But anyways, we'll start off with the top. Got these See No Evil, Say No Evil, Hear No Evil skeletons. I got these actually. If you go on Amazon, they'll have like patch bundles on, where you get a whole bunch of patches. I think a lot of these are that kind of patches. We got Anthrax. Got this one from a record show, I believe. I saw them in concert, Slayer 2018, when they were calling it Quits. That was the first time I really got into seeing concerts. It was a whole group of concerts. I like going to concerts where they have a huge amount of I forgot, openers or whatever you call them. Next we got Ozzy. I saw Ozzy and what's that band? I'm drawing a blank. I'll probably remember later on. But with Corey Taylor as the front person, was the band that was on before Ozzy. And I remember that concert was they didn't have the big screen on when I saw that, so I'd bought cheap tickets and I couldn't really see anything really. Still don't remember what the opening band was. Then we got Sepultura. This is the first time I saw a band at like a smaller venue. It was like a kind of club. They're like I think they're considered thrash. They're from Brazil, and the lead guy I think is from Ohio. We got Lamb of God. Saw them live. I believe it was with Slayer. And we got, this was a hodgepodge of patches that I got from Amazon. And I got actually all the Addams Family pins from or I think most of the Addams Family from someone was selling them at a record show. That's where I got them. We got this Trivium patch. Here's the Beatles as Kiss, but Trivium, I saw them recently. And we got Jackal. I had gotten free tickets to see them from a Harley Davidson show. Harley Davidson. I'm drawing a blank on that too. Dealership. We got Necrogoblicon. I saw them with the band Gwar. They were one of the openers, and these patches were bought individually. Sometimes they charge like between $5 to $15 at these shows for each patch. I think 10 is pretty average. We're gonna go finish down and go in here. So I saw Slipknot. I believe I saw Behemoth twice. They were there with Slayer, and they also were with Slipknot. It's another Addams Family, Morticia. I saw Korn a few others. I think Helmet and another band. I just can't remember them. Jairus Johnson or something like that. I got Evanescence. They were with Korn. The lead singer Amy Lee did a duet with Korn. I think it was Freak on a Leash. Dark Funeral. I think that was they were with War as well. That's why a lot of times you'll see a lot of bands that you like together at the same time. So I got Dying Fetus. That I saw them with another band, Suicide Silence. I haven't put that patch on because I kind of lost it. I don't know where it went. We got Morbid Angel. Now the thing with this concert, it was rescheduled because someone died. Well, there was a tornado at a previous venue, and then someone died, and so they canceled like the next night because they lost all their gear and stuff and everything. And yeah, one guy died, and they honored him at this concert. Let's see, anything else I can think of to say, but I saw them there. A lot of dedications to the guy. You could probably find out if you look at the Morbid Angel concert. Yeah, the venue is called the Apollo, and I think it was in Belvedere, Illinois. So a lot of the concerts got transferred to another one, another venue. So we got Black Anvil. I can't remember if they were with Guar or I could be just mistaking everything. There's the New Wednesday, Jenna Ortega. Skeletal Remains. I think they were with Morbid Angel. A lot of times these patches can be difficult to sew on. I usually use a machine. As you can see these little things on there, because it's a lot easier to do it. It takes about maybe 5 minutes. Put these on, and but as opposed to by hand, it'd take you maybe an hour just to sew a whole patch on. Like these ones that are all jagged like that, they're actually far harder to sew on straight. Anything that's like square or round are easier to sew on. So we'll go to the next one. I think we did Lamb of God, Slayer and him. We got Sven Gulli. He's a Chicagoland favorite. I put him here because of everything here. You can follow that. Here's the Munsters. I believe I had most of them. Herman Munster is missing because the button wasn't really that great. It kind of just fell off, so I just took it off. We got Megadeth. I saw them with Five Finger Death Punch. Yeah, a lot of people hate Five Finger Death Punch. More about that later. We got Rob Zombie. Saw him last year. A few other bands. His brother's band. I'm drawing a blank on that. It's Powerman 5000. I also saw Mudvayne. And I believe there was another band with them. I just can't remember. I'm drawing a blank on that as well. Born of Osiris. Let's see. I think they were with Suicide Silence, if I recall. We got Testament. I saw them with Slayer. They're a thrash metal band. We got Elu Vitae, which is like a folk metal band. They play hurdy-gurdy. I think flutes, maybe fiddle. And I think there is a bagpipe guy in there as well. Saw them live. We got Cannibal Corpse. Sometimes I always forget how that name is spelled because I always think there's one N, but there's actually two N's in there. I saw them live. Let's see here. What can I think? They're a death metal band, pretty much. And then this band called Immolation, I think if I pronounced it right. I saw them with Cannibal Corpse. Also another death metal band, pretty good. Compared to them, they're both pretty good bands. Omnium Gatherum, which is considered melodic death metal from Sweden. And another melodic death metal would be like Necrogoblicon. So now we go to the back of the vest. We'll start up at the top. This American flag patch. You can pretty much get that from the dollar store. Some of these are generic, so you can find pretty much anywheres. Like I said, you can get them eBay, Etsy, I think. And sometimes you can go to a shop I mean, sometimes once you start collecting stuff like this, you can pretty much find patches a lot easier. Sometimes the concerts, they're easier to get, but they're usually a little more expensive. And a lot of times I'll be looking on eBay on my phone or Amazon and try to buy the patch. So, anyways, we got Slayer. This is something I bought on eBay. I think I bought it and then I was waiting for it, and then I ordered another one. I took it off this one because I had too many Slayers. Here's another Slayer one. This one I bought at a store called Hot Rags. Saw it, I think it was under $10, can't remember. Spirit Halloween, I obviously got it from Spirit Halloween store. We got this band, Goat Whore, this one right here. That one is, I believe I saw them with Guar. And, yeah. Well, the Slayer one, we go back to that. I saw them in 2018, like I said, one of their final shows. We got this one, I think it's called Revocation or something. Or something like that. I can't remember. Sometimes they get hard to read, and that's one of them. But like these little square patches, they're pretty easy to sew on because they're so square. Mainly with the machine, you can kind of just, get to it and get a nice sewing on there. We got a Misfire. I believe they're from Illinois, and I believe they're a thrash metal band. I saw them with this band that was starting up, who were like former members of what are they called? Megadeth. They were with them. They had their cassettes at the concert, and I bought one of those. Next we got is Guar. I bought this like maybe months and months after the actual show. Sometimes you can't just find these, and this is like one of the ones I bought on Etsy. Sometimes just shop around and you can find a good deal. I think this was under $10. Next we got is Hatred, which I believe I saw the same time as I saw a Misfire. I think it's like thrash metal. There's all kinds of metals. Next, this one I kind of put on the bottom more or less because I wanted to kind of hide it, because sometimes people really hate Five Finger Death Punch. And I don't know if there's many reasons I guess people hate them. I think sometimes they don't really like the frontman of the band, but they seem to be okay. So other than that, I mean, why be mad at them? They tend to be, I guess, patriotic because at the show they gave away a flag to a military veteran or something. But anyways, this is pretty much it on all these patches. If you want to get a vest, you might want to look around, because this one on Amazon, it was supposed to be 2X and it barely fits me. It almost feels like maybe a large or something, because it was like a Chinese one. And let's see if I can get it in here. It's a 3X. That's the biggest thing to go, and I can probably wear a 3X t-shirt and it'd be baggy as hell. This was actually very tight, so be careful when ordering stuff online. I usually just wear this open because it's just a lot easier. What else? And it also smelled bad, so that's another thing. And there's not a whole lot of places where you can actually get vests from. At least not any that you're like, oh, you go to Walmart. No, you pretty much, gotta shop around. I think women's vests tend to be easier to find. I think they sell them a lot more places. Another place you can go to would be like a motorcycle shop. You get like a Harley Davidson one. I know they sell them, but they're like $80. I bought one for. Haven't really done anything with, so I won't probably do a video of them yet. But anyways, there are some patches I haven't sewed on yet because I haven't really got around to it. Sometimes it's because the hassle, and then if I use the sewing machine, I gotta change all the threads. I may decide to do a video where I sew something, but I'm not an expert. I just pretty much try to get it on there, and that's pretty much what I do. So, anyways, here's my last patch. There we go. Pretty much, this one was ironed on it, and I sewed it a little bit by hand because it was on a pocket. So, that's something to think about. Now, with pockets, you could probably put pins in there because it's very difficult to sew on there. Probably a lot easier to sew by hand, but pins, pretty much, you can get pins. Sometimes they have them at concerts. Like buttons are a cool thing to put on, pretty easy. You can pretty much do any kind of pin or anything. Some people also do hand paint stuff. This is pretty much what I do. Pretty easy. I just pretty much put every concert I go to. I do have a jacket that I use to put, random patches that I like and everything. It's a hodgepodge of all kinds of things. But anyways, that'll do it. You can like, share, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day.